daughter.
Driving, so this is very hard for me to record and drive. I just wanted to record a little bit. Today is Monday of the next week. I just wanted to check in, let you guys know what's up, what I'm doing. So I actually just left yoga, which you just saw clips of, with my mom, which is something we're going to start doing every Monday. So I think that'll be nice to spend time with my mom. You know, I think as I get older, I'm learning how important it is to really spend time with your family, because these are the people who, you know, pretty much raised you, who've known you since birth, who, you know, really just want nothing but the best for you. And, you know, to grow up and then just kind of forget about them, it's hurtful, you know, for them, and can also be detrimental for you, you know, because these people could hold gems and all types of life lessons like my mom does, you know, for me. And even though we didn't have the best experience growing up, getting older, I really learned to appreciate who she is and where she comes from, you know. Like, I really love my mom, so I'm happy about that. But also right now I'm on the way to Ujamaa, which is the store that my teas are going to be featured in. Not even just featured, they're going to be in stores. My teas are going to be sold in stores. So I'm on the way to Ujamaa, so of course I'll get a few clips of that. But yeah, I will vlog again when I have more to vlog. You'll probably see clips of Ujamaa following this. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. Curse through myself on this track to prove to myself the depth and the wealth that runs through my veins can't sit on the shelf. It's the room, it's the view, the sadness inspires you to shift your reality. Peace, beautiful people. So I just left Ujamaa, where I dropped off my teas and they priced them in front of me and they put them up in front of me. So I got to take some pictures. It was just kind of like a surreal kind of experience, like seeing my teas go in stores, you know, and knowing that that was a result of like my work, you know, like my hard work and my determination. Like, it just makes things kind of hit harder, you know, when you receive them, because it's like, you know, I put work into this. So it was a really good feeling. But I'll be honest, I'm not in the best mood, and I'm not gonna cry on camera. I really don't. I think that is so cheesy. But after I left, I ran a few errands, and now I'm about to eat lunch. But I came to my favorite park, Juan Solomon, my favorite magical, mystical forest, so that I could be comforted, you know, while I ate. I don't really have much to say, but like, life throws you many different unknowns. And like, I think what bothers me the most right now is that I wasn't, number one, expecting this, and two, it's very hard to cope with something when you care about it a lot, you know, when it's just kind of like taken away. I think it's the lack of understanding and the confusion that really has me kind of like worked up and, you know, wanting an answer. But at the same time, like, you know, everything happens for a reason. And some things you literally just gotta be like, it is what it is, and live your life. And I just felt my whole body resonate with that. So, you know, I've done it before. I'll do it again. And I'll be fine, but my feelings are hurt. My feelings are hurt. Look at that big old pimple. I'm gonna eat my lunch. and enjoy the nature and get off of this phone. And I'll see you guys later. Peace, family. So, I just got through with some yoga, as you guys saw. I've really been in the mind state of, number one, romanticizing my life, but also trying to move slower and trying to be more intentional, because nobody's going to hand you the life that you want. You know, like this amazing life that we all, I won't say all of us, but a lot of us like desire, crave, you know, we're all trying to attract and manifest, you know, these certain like lives that we want, but we're not utilizing the present moment to make these things happen. You know, like we're very impatient. I'm a very impatient person, you know, so it's hard for me to do something day after day after day if I'm not seeing like tangible results, right? But I just started reading a new book. So I finished Spirit Babies. I started reading this, The Pleasure Trap. And essentially what this book talks about is mainly about the food in America and how pretty much it's garbage. But also about how the way we eat as Americans, it should be treated as a drug addiction, because that's essentially what it is. You know, we're addicted to the oils, the salts, the sugars, the, you know, the processed mess, you know, and all the food that we have here. Where in other countries, I've read about it in this book and also online, like, and some of it, people go to they're eating the same thing, but because the ingredients are so much fresher and they're and it's more just natural, because of what they're eating, you know, in other places you lose weight, you know, because the shit that we eat here is just, it's junk, essentially. But I'm not attacking anybody. I'm not belittling anybody, because I'm a victim of this. That's why I'm reading the book, you know, because I want to make a change. I want to not depend on these things and these foods that I don't need, that aren't good for me, you know? And I feel like this journey really kind of started when I started making my herbal teas, because I started making them as medicinal herbal teas for myself, and that's why I do it for other people now. And when I started doing that, you know, I started researching and came to the understanding that, like, in order for the herbs to do what they're supposed to do, you know, your body has to be as clean as possible, you know, because herbs are very subtle. If your body is healthy and you have a healthy regimen and you take these herbs, you're less likely to acquire those things that give you cancer. Does that make sense? So these herbs are just like supplements. They're helpful in keeping your body clear, your mind clear, things like that. And so that's where I've been as far as myself and my own habits and my behaviors. But, you know, there's another lesson that I feel Spirit wants me to talk about. And I'm going to go live on my Instagram to talk about this too. So by the time you're seeing this video, that live is already going to be up. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram at Zuri Music, where I do just post pretty much my regular life updates. But what I wanted to go live on was, number one, like being able to be strong on your own. And two, having compassion for the different journeys that we're all here on. And Spirit has been showing me this for a little while now, through different relationships. And I really think Spirit wanted to hone it in, you know, what the lesson was, what I was meant to learn. And that is that I don't really need the people that I think I need. And I had a hard time understanding this, especially because I was being shown through family. And the thing is, like, my whole entire life I've been shown through family that I don't have much family that I can actually, like, depend on and just call up at the drop of a hat, like, you know, and go see, or, you know, whatever. Like, I don't have much family like that, and I never did. Growing up, I didn't really have anyone. I felt very much alone in the mind state that I was in and the condition that I was in. Like, I felt very much alone. I know now that with Spirit and becoming aware of my spiritual journey that we're never truly alone. But at the time, that's really how I felt. I didn't feel wanted. I didn't feel loved. You know, I was very depressed. I was very anxious. I had terrible social anxiety. Like, I didn't know how to be around people. I didn't know how to talk to people. It was just this thing where I was going to say I love being alone, but I can't even say I love being alone. Like, I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of felt like I had no option because I wasn't wanted. I wasn't desirable. I wasn't cute enough. I wasn't skinny enough. My hair wasn't long enough. You know, like, it was just so many things that, you know, played into the why I felt the way that I felt. And so in having that mindset, you know, I've developed abandonment trauma, and that comes from, you know, my parents and many other things, but mainly my parents. I didn't grow up with my dad. It was just my mom, and she had 5 kids. So if you've seen my documentary, this is all old news. You know how the story goes. Watch the documentary. And so this led me to be desperate, you know, so I would involve myself in relationships that I had no business being involved in. I was friends with people I shouldn't have been friends with. I would cling on to people who I didn't need to be clinging on to, you know, because if the effort is not mutual, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you should never have to fight for someone to listen to you. If they don't want to listen, bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't have to overextend yourself. But because I was in that mind state, that's what I was doing. Like, it was awful, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would put myself through a lot of different things I didn't have to put myself through in the name of, like, be like, oh, well, it's God, and God wants me to be with this person, blah, blah, blah. Nah, you want to be with this person. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that on God. That's not nothing to do with God. And that's how a lot of my life played out. And so recently, it really hit home because I really feel like every person that I, you know, considered myself very close to, I feel like I want to say everybody has been taken away, but because I love my boyfriend and he's still here, and I love him because he will hold me accountable, and he will communicate with me, and he will let me know, like, you need to stop doing this, or, you know, like what I'm doing is not okay sometimes, you know, because we're all human. We're all going to do things that aren't okay. We're flawed, you know, we're going to fuck up. And I have no problem letting him know that. He has no problem letting me know that. And, like, you know, sometimes those conversations are hard, you know, because nobody wants to hear where they fucked up. Everybody wants to be, you know, seen as the best. You know, everybody wants to be seen in their most pristine form. But the reality of life is that's just not the way it is, you know, because none of us are going to be that 100% of the time. So those conversations can get hard. But I'm thankful that he's willing to have them. I'm thankful for his patience. I'm thankful for his willingness to grow, his willingness to hear me, you know, to understand me. And I hope he feels the same, honestly. I ask him all the time, like, is he happy? And I try my best to make sure people are happy and content, you know, when dealing with me, because I don't want nobody here who don't want to be here. You know, I don't want nobody here under false premise. You know, like, if you don't want to be, like, I want everybody to be happy, and I'll be happy if you're happy. And if your happiness is somewhere else, then that's fine, you know. But here lately, I was shown through, you know, a pretty close friend of mine that even the people that you think won't do something or would never, you know, like, you have to be open to all these possibilities, you know, because they can and they will. And you also have to be willing to accept the lesson as it comes. You know, I feel like I didn't want to accept, you know, what happened because my feelings were so hurt by it. But at the end of the day, like, I can't rely on somebody else, you know. And that's kind of where it was. I was relying on this friend for probably a lot more than I should have been. In the sense that, like, I regarded this person very highly, you know, like, very highly. I really loved this person. I really cared about this person. I just really felt like it's us to the end, you know, BFS forever. Like, you know, like, that was the image that I had, because as a child, like I said, like, I yearned so much just for, like, an intimate connection, you know. When I found it in this person, I'm like, damn, like, this is it. Like, you know, like, I was so happy. But we got into a rift lately, and I found myself begging to be heard. I found myself begging for a conversation, begging to talk about it. I feel like I shouldn't have to do that, especially when it's someone who is willing, you know, and wanting to work on this connection with you. So I'm learning that you have to be okay with letting people go, even when you thought it was going to be forever, and even when, you know, whatever. But I feel like the major lesson that I'm learning in all this is compassion through it all. And I just put a warm energy around my heart chakra. I did a heart chakra meditation yesterday because after I finished having the dialogue with this person, I felt like I released a lot, you know, but I felt drained. And I wanted to continue to practice compassion. So I did a meditation through my heart chakra and imagined all this green light around me so that I could open and breathe, you know, because I don't want to be a bitter person. I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be upset. And at the end of the day, you just got to, you know, you win some and you lose some. Like, that's just life. And I'm learning to exist in the gray area, you know, in that balance where life is just life. And we have to be okay with that. And during this whole riff, you know, I was out. In the beginning, I was very angry. I was very angry. I didn't, like, go off on this person or, like, send hella messages or anything like that. But I was trying to cope within myself, you know. So I was doing things to transmute this anger, but I was so angry. And I wanted to say, like, mean things, not to this person, but, like, pretty much, like, subtweeting, essentially. Like, I had so many thoughts. Like, my main thought was, like, why? You know, because I felt very confused. I felt very lost and in the dark about this whole riff and why it was happening. So, all that to say, even when you feel justified in your anger and sadness, you know, like, all your feelings are valid. No matter what you feel, they're valid. But your emotions are going to be indicators to what your body is really trying to relate to you, right? So even though I felt angry, ultimately what I was feeling was hurt. My feelings were hurt. Ultimately, I was in pain, you know, and it came out as anger. And that's when I decided to do the shadow work, and I realized, you know, there's just a part of me that is really afraid of being by myself. There's a part of me that's really afraid of just not being wanted or desired, you know, or, you know, whatever. There's just a part of me that really feels like I need to have somebody want me, but, like, I want me, you know? And no matter who you have to let go of, you always just have to choose yourself. Choose you, you know what I'm saying? And even though we had a riff or whatever, and we're probably never going to talk again, I really don't care. Like, I cared at first, but, like, once I came to the understanding of why I was reacting the way I was reacting and what came of this situation, you know, like, and just the way it was handled, it was just handled very poorly. And in that, I don't want to be a part of that. And it's teaching me what I want and what I don't want in relationships, even in people who you thought, you know what I'm saying, was the shit. Everybody really ain't the shit sometimes, you know, like, and once you know yourself, it's going to be easier to identify like who's for you and who's not for you, who's willing and who's not willing, and things like that. So that's been my major lesson for the day, for the last couple days actually, regarding friendships and family, because I've had many instances with family too where people are mean, you know, unwilling to work on things, want to be upset, want to be angry, want to be spiteful. And I just, you know, I'd rather exist in peace. And I just felt this whole feeling come over my body. Like, I'd just rather exist in peace. I'd rather exist in the flow state. I'd rather love those who love me. I'd rather focus on me, you know, and propel my life forward, because I have so many dreams and goals and I can't be held up by other people. So that is my lesson. Not really a lesson. That's just me checking in for the day. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Today's Wednesday. I actually came home. Now that my car is fixed, I can leave now after my first shift at work and then go home for the later shift. So I decided to come home today. I'm not going to lie. I came home because I was tired. But when I got here, like, you know, on the way here, I was just thinking, like, I don't want to go home and just lay in the bed, you know. So I did my yoga, which you guys saw. I'm actually about to sample my spring tea sample, so I will take you guys on that journey as well. I know I showed you guys the summer tea, which was delicious. And I actually I either added or took away some things from that one, but I don't know. We'll see. I think I added some stuff. But this is my spring tea sample. I pointed back there because the kitchen's back there. It is in there steeping. This is my spring tea sample with a bunch of different herbs that I am about to sample, so that I can hopefully release that pretty soon because it's already spring. And yeah, I will take you guys on that journey. And then I also had the thought to rearrange some feng shui, get some feng shui going upstairs, which is our creative area. I have all my business stuff up there. Our desk is up there. We pretty much make music all the time up there. I have my shelves. So like, I want to rearrange my herbs because I have so many jars of herbs. I have so many jars. I don't even have enough jars. Like, I have some herbs that are still in plastic bags. I need more jars, but I need more space. Like, that's the thing, you know? So I was gifted a shelf from my mom for Christmas that I currently have products on, but I think I'm going to move my products to like one shelf. Or I'm gonna try. I don't have a lot of space, but I'm gonna try to move those to one shelf and then put all my herbs on the other shelf, because I have so many jars of herbs. And then hopefully move some of my supplies that are still in boxes into the drawers where my herbs currently are. So that's gonna be my little project for today. See how that goes. And then yeah, I'll show after this clip. I'm making a flower essence. So what a flower essence is taking the energy of a flower. This is spiritual, energetic healing. You take the essence of a flower and you let it sit in the sun in some spring water for about 2 hours so that the water can absorb the essence of the fruit. And then you mix it with like a 50-50, I think, mixture of liquor, 80% liquor, and 80 proof, I meant, and the flower essence itself. And you mix it together in this little bitty bottle, and then you put a few drops on your tongue, under your tongue, whatever, and the goal is to absorb the essence of this flower into your life. So right now I'm making a tulip flower essence, which I believe when I researched it, tulips are about balance. They bring you balance, and that is something I very much so need in my life. That's what I'm craving, you know, because like I said, I have so many dreams and so many goals. I just want to get there, you know, and I know it starts right now. It starts with being present in the present moment and taking those tangible action steps to get to where you want to get to, you know. So that's what's on my mind today. And yeah, I will take you guys with me. And so this is the color without any additives. I thought it would be more of a blue color, I'm not gonna lie, but hibiscus just takes over, and I do have hibiscus in here. So wow, straight up without even any sweeteners, this is good. That's some really good tea. I might have did something with my spring and summer teas. Might just did something. However, similar to what I did with my summer tea, I'm going to refrigerate this and I'm going to add some ice cubes to it to see how it tastes cold. because warm is pretty good. But, you know, spring and summer, we want chill. We want to, you know, decrease our body temperature so we're not too hot. So I want to taste it cold to see how it tastes cold. And I'll let y'all know. So I like to bottom feed some of my plants, especially. I could probably prune those leaves. I don't want to tear them right now. But especially this. This is Ivy. She is one of my pothos. I'll do it until the pot is pretty heavy and then go hang her back up. But honestly, bottom feeding has worked better for her than actually watering on top. So I do that, and it's an easy way for the plant to get only the amount of water it needs and not more than that. So yeah, she's getting pretty long, my baby. My flower essence. When I tell y'all, it's been raining literally for 2 days. Pure rain. And the day I decide to do my flower essence, the day my tulip petals are ready to be in my flower essence, and I need sun for my flower essence, we have sun. That's just God. Like, I just love the way he works. I just love him. I love the universe. I love it. This is my tulip flower essence. So she needs about 1 more hour and she'll be all infused. And then I'll need to get some liquor. I'll probably get some tomorrow so I can make the essence. I have to say, I'm obsessed with the way it looks with these ice cubes. I couldn't do it with my summer tea because I didn't have ice cube trays. I had to buy... I'm spilling this. I had to buy some more ice cube trays. So I finally got some. So I have ice cubes, and this is such a pretty color. I thought it would be bluer. It is a bit... Like, if there was more blue, it'd probably be purple. More purple. Okay. That is good. Now, I'm not going to lie. I did add my sweetener before putting it in the refrigerator because honey cannot dissolve in cold tea. So, I added my honey while it was still a bit warm, and I added some lime juice because that's just what I do. I love lime in my tea. And this is immaculate. Like... Yeah, this is fire. Yeah, this is definitely being released. What the fuck? This shit is good. Yes. Honestly, I don't know which one I like more. Spring or summer, because both of them are pretty good. They both have their own unique flavors. And this might sound weird, but the spring tea tastes like spring. And the summer tea tastes like summer. I know that sounds weird, but it does. The energies I associate with like spring are like light, you know, rain, blooming. So it's not so strong. So the punch is not like a strong punch. It's really, it reminds me of like rain. And there's rain outside, you know, like, I don't know. It's very good. Yeah, I just like it. It's very good. I love my summer one too. So I'm excited to release these teas.